The world's most iconic monuments stand as silent sentinels to a forgotten past, towering, grand, and seemingly indestructible. Yet, what if beneath their colossal stone surfaces and intricate designs, these monuments hide secrets that could shatter everything we think we know about history? What if these massive structures were not merely symbols of power or engineering marvels, but the vessels of ancient curses, blood rituals, and forgotten horrors? Could the pyramids of Egypt, the stone circle of Stonehenge, and the ancient amphitheater of the Colosseum be more than just relics of a bygone era? The truth buried deep within these stones is far darker than any of us could imagine. Welcome to the dark history behind ancient monuments, where the past is not just a memory, but a warning. The Pyramids of Giza. The Pyramids of Giza, impossibly perfect, eternal structures that have captured the world's imagination for centuries. To most, they are nothing more than tombs, graves for the pharaohs who once ruled Egypt, meant to help them ascend to the afterlife. But could there be a far darker truth hidden behind their flawless geometry and towering facades? The sheer scale and precision of these pyramids have led many to believe they were designed with more than just a tomb in mind. Some researchers suggest they were not merely royal burial sites, but were constructed to harness supernatural energy, channeling forces from the heavens themselves. But the most unsettling part of this theory lies in the curse of the pharaohs, an ancient warning to any who dared disturb the tombs of Egypt's rulers. The most famous case of this curse occurred with the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922. Within months, many members of the excavation team, including Lord Carnarvon, the man who funded the dig, died under mysterious and unexplained circumstances. Some say it was the wrath of the ancient Egyptian spirits protecting the sanctity of the tombs. Others believe that the pyramids, which have stood for thousands of years, were built to trap something far more powerful than the pharaohs themselves. Could it be that the pyramids are not only tombs, but ancient prisons, keeping something dark and dangerous sealed away beneath the desert sands? Stonehenge, one of the most famous and enigmatic ancient structures in the world. This massive stone circle, perched in the heart of England, has fascinated people for centuries, drawing curious eyes from scholars, mystics, and thrill-seekers alike. For most, Stonehenge represents a marvelous feat of ancient engineering, a place for astronomy, or perhaps a sacred site of religious worship. But what if it was something far darker? What if Stonehenge was built not just as a place of peace, but as a site of blood, where ancient and terrifying rituals were performed beneath the cold gaze of the stones? Legends speak of druids, the ancient Celtic priests, using the stones for dark, sacrificial rituals meant to appease the gods and spirits they believed controlled life and death. There are accounts of human sacrifices, blood spilled upon the earth to bring favor to these gods. But the true mystery of Stonehenge lies not only in its purpose, but in its creation. How were these immense stones transported across miles of land with primitive tools? And could it be that Stonehenge was placed atop a site that already held ancient power, something that had been present long before the Druids? Some say that these stones were not just built, but placed at the site by an ancient civilization, now lost to time. And the disturbing thought lingers. Was it ever meant to protect us, or to imprison something far darker? The Colosseum in Rome. The Colosseum in Rome once the grandest and most brutal arena in the ancient world. This massive amphitheater witnessed countless spectacles, from gladiator fights to public executions, from animal hunts to mock naval battles. But beneath the glory of its massive arches and the blood-soaked sands where thousands perished, there lies a far darker history. The Colosseum wasn't just a place for entertainment. It was a site where death was ritualized, and where the line between life and death was blurred in the name of Roman power. It was here that people were slaughtered for sport, where the screams of gladiators and the roars of beasts echoed through the arena, a constant reminder of the empire's might. But as much as it was a symbol of Roman grandeur, the Colosseum may have also been a place of sacrifice, steeped in darker rituals than we care to acknowledge. Some believe the Colosseum was built upon an ancient Jewish temple, its bloodied sands a grim reminder of the violence that followed. Over time, the brutal spectacles that took place in the Colosseum became infused with an energy of their own. Many believe that the spirits of those who died here, gladiators, slaves, Christians, are still trapped within the stone walls, restless and vengeful. Those who have visited the Colosseum at night report strange phenomena, cold chills, unexplained whispers, and a haunting sense of being watched. Is the Colosseum cursed, its blood-soaked history lingering long after the crowds have gone silent? The Moai statues of Easter Island. On the far-flung shores of Easter Island stand the Moai statues, massive stone figures with haunting, expressionless faces, their eyes fixed on the horizon. These statues, built by the island's mysterious inhabitants, have long intrigued archaeologists and historians. While they are often regarded as symbols of ancestor worship, there are darker theories about the true purpose of the Moai. Could these statues be more than just symbols of reverence? Some believe that the Moai were not merely representations of the ancestors, but were imbued with supernatural powers, guardians of the island's soul, meant to protect it from an ancient threat. The tragic collapse of the Rapa Nui civilization remains one of history's greatest mysteries. As the island's resources were depleted and internal strife tore the community apart, the Moai statues were overthrown and abandoned, their once proud faces now staring at the ground. Was this the cause of their downfall? Some claim that the spirits of the ancestors, angry at being dishonored, unleashed a curse upon the island, leading to the eventual disappearance of the civilization. Today, Easter Island is considered one of the most haunted places on Earth. Tourists have reported hearing strange sounds, feeling sudden drops in temperature, and experiencing vivid dreams of the ancient islanders. Could it be that the Moai, and the curse they are said to carry, still linger on the island, waiting for the right moment to awaken? The monuments we see today, magnificent in their scope and design, are far more than mere relics of a bygone age. They are reminders of the forces that shaped human history, of civilizations that once rose to power and then vanished, leaving only their ruins behind. But as we marvel at their grandeur, we must also remember the darker side of these monuments, the sacrifices, the bloodshed, the mysteries that still haunt them to this day. From the pyramids of Giza to the Moai statues of Easter Island, each of these structures carries a dark history, one that refuses to fade into the past. Perhaps the real question isn't how these monuments were built, but what they were truly built for. And perhaps some secrets, some curses, are better left undisturbed, So, the next time you stand before one of these ancient wonders, remember, you may not be the first to gaze upon them, and you may not be the last. And don't forget to subscribe us.